Okay, from morning, let's see how many trades we shared in the group and let's see how many targets we hit, how many stop losses we hit. The first trade that was shared at 12:18 p.m. in the afternoon, before London session opening, we shared our first trade. That was an update. Basically, we shared gold triggered 40 pips green. It meant that on Friday when we shared the gold setup, it was not triggered. You can see in the previous video, but today, as soon as the Asian markets opened, we actually updated that you should have placed the limit orders and your orders would have been triggered, and we captured solid 70 pips in gold. This was the first trade update. Second trade that I shared was Euro Australian dollar, Euro AUD. Let's see what happened with that. Euro AUD. Let me drag my screen this side, and Euro AUD didn't trigger at all. Our buy was placed somewhere here. It did not trigger. So it was a 1:2 risk to reward trade. We'll wait further time. We are not going to short here because this the supply zone has already been tested various times. So I don't find it understandable or fair to short here again. So we will wait for the markets to come back down or for it to break out in the above side. We'll wait for that, and after that we will decide what positions to take in Euro Australian dollar. So this was the first trade of today. Then our team member shared a gold trade, a New Zealand Australian dollar again, New Zealand US dollar trade, NZD USD. So it was basically a sell trade. Let's see what happened with that. NZD USD. So this was basically the setup shared, but market has not come to our sell limit orders. Once it comes there, we will see a trade in active state that is of 1:5 risk to reward ratio. This is NZD USD. This was the second trade. This also did not get triggered. So this was the second trade. Third trade, again the same thing. It was a Euro AUD at 1.51, the same trade given in the text format. The next trade shared was dollar CAD. We gave a buy order at this order block. Let's see what happened with that. USD CAD. So basically we captured awesome move in USD CAD. It actually pumped back up from the level we gave, and we captured around 40 pips here. That was fair because 1:1. Once we hit that, we trail our trades to cost, and if we hit 1:2, we trail it to 1:1. So we captured around 40 pips in this trade. So this was the second trade that was shared, and the third trade that was shared was USD JPY, dollar against yen. Let's see what happened with that. Dollar against yen. Yeah, here it is. So in this trade, you can see it gave a breakout, and as we expected, it activated from this order block and it started falling down. Also, again, here we captured a good move of 46 pips. So once we hit 1:1, I asked people to trail it back to cost. So it's at cost, and whatever is that is running in profit. Let's see what happens with this trade. I'll update you tomorrow. So the next trade that we gave was of gold again. We gave a sell trade at 1844, but unfortunately gold did not come to those levels. It started turning back from 40 again. So we gave a bunch of gold trades in the coming when the London session started. Let's see what happens there. This was the gold trade. It did not get triggered. The next trade, gold at 1845, that did not get triggered. The next trade was sorry for the call, New Zealand against Japanese yen. Let's see what happened in that. NZD JPY, it is yet to be triggered. You can see it's again a 1:4.15 risk to reward trade. We are waiting for this to come to the levels, and once it is triggered, we will enter the trade. This is our next trade. Gold did not get triggered. NGD JPY did not get triggered. So today various trades that we gave did not get triggered. So we are waiting. So the next trade that we gave again was NGD USD, a sell trade. Again, NGD USD still did not come to the levels. We are still waiting for that. This was NGD USD. This was Swiss franc, CHF JPY. Let's see what happened here. That was given in 1 hour time frame. CHF JPY, we can see that it gave us a very good move. Our targets were basically these levels. But as you know, we keep on updating it once it moves to 1:1, but it gave an awesome move of 83 pips. So that is a very good amount to book in intraday. 83 points, that is not a small amount. So we actually booked our targets here, but we left it for these levels. Again, the market has turned back down and it is above the cost level. So if you had trailed this, you would have been exited at cost to cost or 1:1. This is one more good trade. So we actually became greedy here. So we gave a very big target, but this is a very fine point to book at 83 pips. That is CHF JPY. So this was the trade. The next trade that we gave was Euro JPY. Let's see what that happened. Euro JPY. Here it is. Again, we did not get an entry at all. So this was the only trade that we have not got an entry, even though the market passed from those levels. We planned to short below this candle. Market did not come back, so it started going up. So our order did not get triggered, so that is fine. One more unsuccessful trade. Euro JPY, Euro USD, USD JPY, same thing typed in text format. So again, this was British pound against Japanese yen, GBP JPY. Let's see what happened with that. It actually went good for a while. We booked at 1:1. You can see we captured 50 pips, and after 50 pips, we could have trailed it at cost. We could have exited cost to cost. I'll consider this as cost to cost. So this was one more neutral trade for the day. The next trade that we shared was of gold. We gave a buy trade from 1838 to 1844. I'll tell you clearly, we hit stop loss here. We lost 20 pips in stop loss in this particular trade. Then in the next trade that we gave was sell gold at 1841. You can see this is the trade that we gave. At 1841, we made people to sell it. This was the point of selling. Basically, we kept our stop losses here. And you can see from that point, it rallied beautifully. You can see how many points we captured here. We captured a wholesome 180 pip move, but we exited somewhere around 128. That was 130 pips from our target. So this was one great trade. It went in a straight line. This is what I personally like. Whenever markets move like this, that is a quick entry and a very quick exit. 130 pips move. That is an awesome trade for intraday. 1:6 risk to reward trade. Okay, that was the gold trade. Then we were updating about the trades. Then we gave GBP AUD, same trade that I explained before. Then in the end, I gave a US oil sell trade, which is yet to trigger, and it is a swing trade. I'll explain you why I have shared this particular trade. In 4-hour time frame, we can see we saw a very good impulsive downside move in US oil, and market is trying to give a correction wave. So I expect the correction to be up till 0.5 or 50% levels. And from there, we can again see a continuation in the trend. That is the downside trend. So we will sell back at 0.5, keeping our stop losses above 61% levels. So this is the US oil trade for today. So overall, these were the trades that we shared today. And to say overall we captured around 140 pips. That is very low compared to our previous days results. We captured only 147, around 200 pips by the end of this session, New York session half. We captured around 200 pips. So fine by us. Let's see what we do tomorrow. And this is the result for 27th June. So if you have any questions, you can question me in the group. Till then, see you.